Hello, I'm Sharon Kotsky. I am the founder and CEO of the Visum Light, and today I have the honor of speaking with Dr. Kevin Connors. Dr. Connors is the clinic director at Connors Clinic, which is an alternative cancer education center, and I think that's phenomenal. Today, he's joining us to talk about the importance of probiotics and how combining those with the Visum Light can help support a healthy microbiome. Welcome, Dr. Connors. So there's a lot of talk about gut health and supporting a healthy microbiome. Tell me what that means to you.
Well, gut health is really, if you want to address other issues in the body, you have to start with the gut. It's said that inflammation of the gut is equal to inflammation in the body, certainly inflammation in the brain, which can cause all sorts of symptoms. And people's biggest problem today is pain. And that can all start in the gut, even though they say things like, "Oh, I don't have any problem with my gut. I have healthy bowel movements, and I can eat anything. I have, you know, gut like a horse, and no problems whatsoever." But inflammation in the gut may often not be felt in the gut, so it can cause issues elsewhere in the body. So there's a phenomena called leaky gut syndrome that probably most of your listeners have heard of. And that has to do with food products getting through the gut wall and entering into the bloodstream and affecting the rest of the body, inflammatorily infecting the rest of the body, causing pain, causing all sorts of symptoms, and leading to autoimmune diseases. So healing the gut, healing that barrier has got to be the first thing that people think of when they're trying to feel better for whatever ailment that suffers them.
So why are probiotics so important, and why should every practitioner be talking about this with their patients?
Well, probiotics give the back to the gut the healthy flora, the microbiota that's supposed to be living there. So a probiotic is organisms that are supposed to be living in the gut that many times are diminished because of drug use like antibiotics, because of food choices that may be high in GMO containing foods that act like antibiotics that damage the gut flora. So if we want to build back and heal the gut back, probiotics have to be a part of that regimen.
So from a clinical point of view, what type of issues do you think and is your experience that probiotics help with?
Well, again, really anything from a clinical issue. A person can come in with major issue of being knee pain, and it's really hard for that person to think, well, how does my gut tie to the knee? It goes back to anything that is passing through the gut that shouldn't be. Any imbalance in microbiota in the gut is going to cause inflammation in the rest of the body. So you could have this ramped up inflammation anywhere. So you have just a slight knee injury, it's going to be more inflamed if you have inflammation in the gut. So if you could heal the gut first, you could miraculously heal the knee. Well, in a sense, you still may need to heal the knee and do some orthopedic work on the knee, but you will decrease the body's overall inflammation if you address the gut. So if you don't address the gut, no matter what other problem that you have, got in a car accident, you hurt your neck. If you don't address the gut, that injury of the neck of the car accident is going to be causing you more pain than if you address the gut also.
Due to the inflammation that's in your body?
Yes, due to the increased inflammation that will be in your body.
A lot of people don't think about that.
Not very many people, not many doctors think about that. So
those are some dots that I don't know that I've even really connected.
Yeah, it's very, very important. So inflammation in the gut equals inflammation in the body. If all you have to do is remember that phrase, then you go, okay, well, my knee hurts or my ankle hurts or my, shoulder hurts. Well, you have to address the gut also. It doesn't mean that you don't address the knee and the ankle and the shoulder, but you have to address the gut also. Or should we say, if you do address the gut also, you'll get better results.
That is a light bulb moment.
Oh, good.
I love that. Kind of leads into other tools that you could be using, like the Visum Light.
Right.
The Visum
Exactly.
Light there's a lot of new studies recently where they're finding out that the benefits of light affect the microbiome in a positive way.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the Visum Light actually, because it has both color and sound frequencies, the practitioner has many options that they can use for optimal healing. They can put it directly on the guts. They can put it on the vagus nerve, because we haven't actually talked about the gut and the brain connection, but that's all together as well. So supporting these elements allows the practitioner to have numerous approaches to healing. They can use the different colors, they can combine the colors, they can use the pre-programmed patterns, they can use the frequencies, they can select specific frequencies that they want for gut health. And it's all about getting the body in a rest and digest state. So we want to put it in a parasympathetic mode, which will help do that. And when you can rest and digest, all these things that you were talking about are going to get better as well. And any supplement that we add is going to have a better effect that way.
People don't realize that the parasympathetic nervous system also controls your immune system. So if you can stimulate your vagal nerve, you're going to stimulate an immune response, especially in the days when we're thinking about viruses and we're thinking about an increased rate of cancer and things. Everything that we can do to help stimulate our immune system, the better. Then again, that ties right back again to the gut health as well, because most of your immune system, it really begins in the gut as well. So important that you tie all these things together.
There's actually a new term. Have you heard this one yet? Photobiomics.
Probiotics. That's interesting.
So there's been some studies recently, and they've decided that this is the right term to call this, and it's basically the combined effects of photobiomodulation, or PBM, or light therapy, however you want to call that, on the microbiome. And the interaction between those two has now coined this new term called photobiomics. I think that there's going to be a lot more research coming out in the next couple of years about this. They've finding that infrared is great in the gut because there's so much water in our guts as opposed to the blood that's in the rest of our body, where the red light interacts with that. So when they use red and infrared together, they're getting some phenomenal results in reducing the bad bacteria that's there and keeping the good and supporting the good, because you got to have the good, right? You don't want to go and take something that's going to wipe out everything.
Right? Exactly. That's what an antibiotic does, and that's what gets us into trouble, right?
And that's why we have to turn around and support it with the probiotic, right?
Right.
So, but kind of like you were saying, when I asked you about how long can somebody expect to be doing this before they get results, and we can see them instantly. Like you can, and it depends on the same factors that you mentioned. How healthy is this person? What are their conditions? How long have they had them? What are their eating habits? Do they have a poor lifestyle as far as their health goes? They're going to have a harder time getting the results. If they come in and they're healthy to start with, and this is the something has come up, we can get that put to bed pretty quickly, and they can see the difference in a session. They can feel better in a session. It kind of depends on what they've come in with, though. A lot of times people find out they can't lose weight, they don't have any energy, they just are bloated, and they just don't know why. And this is why, because all of that's out of balance. Is that a fair assessment?
It is. And just like you said, the more different facets of health that you can attack, the the quicker a person's going to have results that are going to be positive for them. So if they are willing to make some dietary changes, they're willing to change their biochemistry, with the diet and with different supplements, but then they're willing to work on the neurology as well by using the Visium light to help stimulate parasympathetics and to use the light to help with frequencies, because everything down to its smallest particle is just energy that's vibrating at a frequency to help change the cells at that level. You're just going to have better results.
Thank you so much, Dr. Connors, for your time today. I mean, we're excited to explore a little bit more about this whole world of photobiomics and have this opportunity to share these with you and our audience. And remember, not only do you receive $300 off of your Visum Light through the conference, you will get a free bottle of Dr. Connors Clear Pro 100 probiotics with your purchase of the light. This is a limited offer. We will only have so many of these, so don't wait. They will go fast.